all good things must come to an end. Whether it be the last chapter of your favorite book, the final boss fight in a grand RPG adventure, or the last bite of a ham and pineapple pizza. Don't you backsass me, that's one of the perfect combinations! The cliche is true. All good things must come to an end. Of course, Smash Ultimate is no exception. When the latest entry of Smash was first announced back in 2018, I don't think many of us expected major updates to continue nearly 3 years after its release. Maybe some of you did, and kudos to you, but I certainly didn't. Actually, the only thing we could guarantee was a new Fire Emblem character somehow making its way to the roster, and even that caught people by surprise. But here we are, on the cusp of watching Sakurai introduce the 82nd fighter to join this massive roster, bringing new meaning to the tagline, "Everyone is here." From Plant to Kazuya, every DLC edition has left their mark on this incredible roster, for better or for worse, depending on who you ask. At the very least, we can all agree that the DLC fighters brought their own semi-unique fighting style to the table, standing out from the last. That's difficult to do with a roster of over 80 different characters. Whoever this new fighter is, we can be sure Sakurai and his team will create a fresh moveset for the final fighter that won't disappoint. I can't say anything about the announcement itself. Maybe you'll be disappointed, I don't know. But I can guarantee their moveset won't be disappointing. So who will be this final grand addition to the Ultimate lineup? Well, your guess is as good as mine, but here goes anyway. First, the fighter that I want the most, the ultimate dream at this point, Phoenix Wright. I love the Ace Attorney series to death, and after playing Great Ace Attorney, I'm ready for this lawyer to get some love in Smash. I mean, he wasn't in Great Ace Attorney, it was his ancestor. Anyway, Phoenix Wright belongs in Smash. He has already appeared in a fighting game, which is both a plus and a minus. Plus, moveset can be done. Negative, it's potentially not unique. Still, I would love to see what Sakurai himself comes up with. The Ace Attorney series is fairly niche and may not have the same player base as Smash. It may not have the same kind of appeal that, say, Sephiroth or Banjo or Steve from Minecraft had. But another nice bone to Capcom, maybe? And I believe Ace Attorney deserves to be recognized as the wonderful series it is. It's been a Nintendo staple for years, and so not to have it here in Smash in really any capacity is kind of a shortcoming in my opinion. There aren't even Ace Attorney stickers in the game, which seems really odd to me, so maybe this is the perfect opportunity to add some. But yes, that is my number one dream at this point, Phoenix Wright from Ace Attorney. Another possibility could be Ring Fit Trainer, one last wacky pick. The world was puzzled when Wii Fit Trainer yoga posed on the scene in Smash 4, and I want to see that again. Plant may have been Ultimate's wacky pick, but why not one more? Considering how well Ring Fit Trainer is selling even now, it makes sense Nintendo would want to promote its new IP even further. Whether they make a Ring Fit Adventure 2 is not relevant at this point, but having the player character in Smash right now would be great marketing for a sequel, or even just the regular game. As for the moveset, they could be similar to Wii Fit Trainer, but utilize the ring in their moveset, shooting projectiles or some other wacky exercises. The problem is, Wii Fit Trainer already fits that fitness niche, so Ring Fit Trainer might be a little redundant, and you could almost argue for an Echo fighter instead of a new fighter. However, this is Sakurai we're talking about. I'm sure he can come up with something new and unique for this new IP. Moving on to another Nintendo series, with the release of Metroid Dread, Metroid hype is as high as it's ever been, maybe even an all-time high. I have no doubts Dread will become the best-selling game in the series, but maybe Nintendo wants to market the game even further. Enter a character from Dread joining the roster. Perhaps Emmy or a Chozo or some other spoilerific character. Not sure which would be more iconic or hype-inducing. It all depends on what Nintendo predicts the fans will love. Between Emmy and the Chozo, I'd probably go Chozo just because the Chozo have more of an influence on the lore of Metroid and probably has more of a personality than just a robot, but we'll see, maybe I'll come out really liking Emmy after playing Metroid Dread. However, perhaps Metroid Dread is too new of a game to warrant a fighter. Only Fire Emblem gets that special treatment. If that's the case, perhaps they go with Psylux, a fan-favorite bounty hunter from Prime Hunters, Prime 3, and everyone's game of the decade, Federation Force. Psylux is also rumored to play a role in Prime 4, so that could be a great tie-in. But not a lot is known about Sylux at this point, and since Prime 4 doesn't seem to be anywhere near completion, his inclusion in Smash might be a little premature. That all being said, it would be great to get another Metroid rep in Smash. We got Ridley and Dark Samus, let's get one more! Besides, Samus herself. Speaking of a series that needs more reps, how about someone from the Zelda series? Sure, we have Zelda, Ganondorf, Sheik, Link, and Link, but how about another Link?
No!
Oh, sorry. Then how about a different character that doesn't have the Triforce?
Okay.
Go for that. My number one Zelda choice would be my all-time favorite Zelda character, Midna. But since she's trapped as an assist trophy, I'll go with my next pick, Impa. Impa has seen a lot more attention as of late, thanks to her semi-starring role in Age of Calamity. As a series staple, it makes sense for her to join the Smash roster. Unfortunately, the whole ninja vibe is already covered by Sheik and Greninja. But I do think there's room for Impa, as long as they give her a unique moveset, which is obviously a running theme in this video. Unique moveset, unique moveset, unique moveset. They gotta have a unique moveset. Perhaps borrow from her Age of Calamity moveset, or include other elements from Breath of the Wild that the current Link doesn't have. No, not that Link. No, the other Link. Thank you. Another option could be someone from the sequel to Breath of the Wild. But we don't even know the name of the game, let alone who is in it. Like Sylux, it would probably be a premature addition, even more so. Now, this next one is not so much a want as it is a strong possibility. Pokemon. Please don't leave! Yes, we got Incineroar in the base game, but don't put it past Nintendo to add another one. It's a big series, and Mewtwo was DLC for Smash 4. It could happen! So, if we must have a 10th Pokemon, which I believe would have to come from Gen 8, I choose Cinderace, my favorite starter from Sword and Shield. It could be neat seeing Cinderace use its football moves to fight the competition, fireballs, kicks, and flips. Perhaps Cinderace would be like a light-medium fighter, slightly heavier than Greninja, but lighter than Lucario. Granted, Incineroar is also fire type, we haven't had a grass starter in a while, so maybe Nintendo will return to Monk. In my ideal world, Pokemon wouldn't be getting this last DLC slot, because I think there are many other series that deserve representation in Smash, but it could easily happen. And now for something a little more wild. Microsoft has been teasing some sort of partnership with Nintendo as of late, and we're not quite sure what it could be. Maybe a variety of things, but could one of those things be a major Microsoft character coming to Smash? Besides Banjo. Obviously the mascot for Xbox is Master Chief, so he could certainly be an option. Imagine the hype from Halo fans about Master Chief joining Smash. That's certainly a way to end Smash Ultimate with a bang. That said, Master Chief and the Halo series have virtually zero relevance to Nintendo, although that hasn't stopped some other characters. Needless to say, it's a big hurdle for any series who wants to join Smash. However, there is a Microsoft series out there with Nintendo history that doesn't feature a bear. Doom. People thought Sephiroth killing Mario and Kazuya throwing people off a cliff was brutal. Just wait for Doomslayer's reveal. Plus, it'll be worth all of the wholesome Doomslayer Isabelle memes. Oh my gosh! Inject that to my veins! And now to potentially burst that dream of Isabelle slaying demons, while Microsoft now owns Bethesda, the last DLC fighter might have been selected before their acquisition. And I think Phil Spencer has been teaching this Nintendo collaboration before Microsoft even officially bought Bethesda. So I'm not sure if that lines up correctly. Regardless, there is one bigger reason why Doomslayer and Master Chief may not make it. Smash Ultimate is rated T for teen, and is dead set on keeping it that way. Now they could tone down those adult and gory elements from Master Chief and more so Doomslayer, but how far is too far that the character becomes unrecognizable? Granted, the Smash team made Bayonetta, Pyra, and Snake work, so you can never say never, but these guys might be a bit difficult. Do you take away their guns? Is Doomslayer really Doomslayer without the gore? I don't know. I'd be fine with it. Korn has a chainsaw sword, so a chainsaw gun shouldn't be much different, right? If Microsoft does indeed get one of these guys announced, you can expect the internet, including some Nintendo fans, will ignite it in a blaze of glory. Oh man. I'm not even a huge fan of either of those, but I know the social implications of that potential announcement. Very few people would be able to sleep. At the very least, I would be excited for these fans. Lastly, and it pains me to say this one, but I've heard more and more people clamoring for it, Sora from Kingdom Hearts. These words bring me so much pain. This is a tad extreme, but I cannot stand Kingdom Hearts. From its absurdly convoluted story to its clunky combat system, I find it terribly overrated. But despite my opinions on the matter, it is a beloved franchise with Sora at its center. And it's got some great music. I can't deny that. Please forgive me for my harsh words towards the series. It's okay to love it. It's absolutely okay. I respect your decisions. I guess I'm just keeping my heart locked up for now. My arguably trash takes aside, Sora is on a lot of people's Smash wish list. From Nintendo's standpoint, having him join the roster would surely be good persuasion for Sony JRPG fans to pick up a Switch eventually. And with his name popping up in rumors recently, who knows? It might be time for Sora to unlock our hearts. Oh gosh, that was about as cheesy as Kingdom Hearts dialogue. But despite all that, I still think the chances of this are very low. While Sora does have some history with Nintendo and even the Switch, would Nintendo/Sakurai's Smash team want to deal with Disney? Square Enix is painful enough to work with, supposedly. Adding Disney to the mix? Surely a nightmare in terms of legal rights. Maybe I'm making a bigger deal of the legal aspect than I should, but maybe that's the price to pay to have Sora and some Disney characters join the mix. Then again, would Disney let Goofy and Donald appear even as cameos? I just don't know. You'd have to pay a lot of money, right? I would think. And on top of that, would Donald and Goofy's inclusion go against Sakurai's philosophy of only video game characters joining Smash? Honestly, I could be overthinking this entire ordeal. Typical Nintendo City. Actually, slight tangent. I was so sure Sora wouldn't join Smash that I told a friend of mine that I would dress up as Mickey Mouse and talk like him for the entire day if Sora was announced in the Spring Direct. Thankfully, we got Pyra instead. Oh my goodness. That was like a win-win for me. Although technically, I guess the bet could still be going on, and I'm getting a little nervous. If Sora is revealed as the final fighter, I'm sure he'll be just as great as the other DLC fighters. I don't think Sakurai would allow a fighter to be partially done or a shell of himself. If that's the case and Sora does indeed join the roster, don't be surprised if my voice is a little higher pitched than before in my next video. Haha! Of course, I could be completely off on these guesses. There may be a perfect pick out there that I'm not aware of, or that I refuse to acknowledge. Regardless, I would be excited if any of these guys became Mii costumes. I mean, we are at the final DLC edition. Getting into the game as more than a sticker is an honor, whether as a fighter, costume, assist trophy, or spirit. But I also really want Phoenix Wright as a fighter. Please, Nintendo! Truth be told, I've had so many dream characters join the fight that it's almost hypocritical of me to beg for more. Pyra making the cut was my wildest dream come true up until that point. If anything, I can say I'm incredibly satisfied with this roster and how fun it is to play each and every one of the characters, except Ice Climbers. Allow me to say once again, even though he'll never see or hear this, thank you, Sakurai, for creating this beloved franchise and the latest version of it. It truly is the ultimate Smash title. But if you want it to be perfect, you need to give Waluigi an invitation to the next game. Wah! Thank you so much for watching. Who do you think the final fighter would be? Who do you want it to be? Very important to clarify that. How much do you hate me for my garbage opinions? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked what you saw, don't forget to like and subscribe for more, even though Smash Ultimate speculation is probably done. By the way, that friend who I made the Sora bet with, we actually do a podcast on another channel called Umami Manga, where we discuss the latest volumes and chapters of a few series we're reading, including Attack on Titan, Kaguya-sama Love is War, To Your Eternity, and soon to be more. If you're interested in hearing my terrible takes, this time about manga, then please check that out on YouTube or wherever you enjoy listening to podcasts. That's Umami Manga. And with that, I bid you farewell. Until we meet again post-Smash Direct. Goodbye, good people.